Hey guys, what's
Hi,
going on?
everybody.
It's Sean here.
Christina.
So, we just wanted to do something today because it's 2020, it's a new year.
And listen, it's quiet-ish.
Ish, yeah. Right now it's just the TV giving us some music in the background. But we're just doing a lot of reflecting already of what this year is going to bring us and like what we're already planning to do versus how 2019 was.
And it's been a very long time since we've done a sit-down video for the two of us. A lot of our videos were done in 2017 and possibly maybe one or two in 2018, at least with the two of us.
FYI, I've switched over to cranberry juice. I no longer do the pure leaf iced tea. So, yeah.
So that's a new thing. Another new thing, if you haven't seen some of Sean's videos or even my one video from last year, we have expanded our family. We now have 3 children. We had our first in 2018, and she's wonderful. And so we thought, oh, let's have playmates for that wonderful little child. And then we had the twins. The twins arrived, what, October?
October 20th, so
2019.
about 2.5 months.
So I guess the direction with this video is really going to help us to think about things, how it was in 2019, and what we have hopes for, what we've already seen come to play for 2020.
Yeah, like last year, the way it started, January was January. I don't think last year for New Year's, I think we actually did stay up to watch the ball, and that was it. Maybe we did like a day trip or something afterwards. That was it. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
January didn't entail too much. February kind of went. February was a good month last year because at work I got synced back up with my buddy at work because they constantly transfer us all over the place. I got synced back up with him, so I've been with him for basically the past year. But that was really it. And then our year pretty much began in March when we took our little road trip.
Yeah, so we decided as a family for a family vacation, we have a timeshare. And with that timeshare, we're allowed to have membership into a company to exchange our timeshare. So we decided to exchange it, and we went down to Florida, Orlando, Florida, for 1 week. However, because we had an infant and we had a lot of stuff, we decided to hoof it and drive from New Jersey.
It was rough. It was brutal.
Through to Orlando. And we did some day trips here and there. But we did it in my truck, not the car.
I will say this. It was the first time I've ever driven anything more than 4 hours. It was brutal, number one. Number two, that road trip alone down there and back, let's call it was about 1,600 miles each way.
Yeah.
So we'll call it 32, and then we'll say the miles we did down there. So let's call it about 3,400 miles. That trip alone was more than I did all year last year by myself.
The one thing I will say is that it was an adventure. I like to multitask. So I decided to go to a show at the Morristown Performing Arts Center.
Oh, yeah.
And I went with my girlfriend. It was with Kat and Nat.
That was a mom show or something.
Yeah, Mom Truths. So I had just become a mom earlier in 2018. So I'm like, oh, me and my girlfriend, let's go to the show.
So she was 9 months old at that point.
Yeah, I think it was a 7 p.m. show. Lasted probably about 2.5, almost 3 hours.
Yep.
So I think I took an Uber. It was a rainy day.
Yeah.
I took an Uber
into Morristown.
I think it was like St. Patrick's Day time frame.
Yeah.
And Sean came. We had packed everything. And
everything was all packed. She was sleeping. I just had to load her up and go down to Morristown and pick you up.
Exactly. However, at that point, it was raining too. And the forecast was to rain for pretty much all the way down.
It did.
I think past into Virginia.
Yeah, because we drove. So again, that was the first time I had experienced anything. Marvel's over here onto the side.
Yeah, he was over here before.
You'll see him. But you figure we drove, like getting through Jersey, if you're from Jersey or even New York, you know what the drive through.
Northern Jersey in general.
You know what the drive through Jersey is like. Okay. Then when you get to Delaware.
Well, hold on. The drive is not the Parkway. We drove the New Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah.
So that is the drive he's talking about.
Still a long
Some
drive
people like to
regardless.
drive the Parkway. Some people like to drive the Turnpike. Again, if those of you who know the different navigation through those roads, we took the Turnpike. He hates the Turnpike for the reason that every 10 miles is an exit. Sometimes they'll throw some
It's not just that.
rest stops in there, but there's literally 2 lanes for some of them, well, 2 sections, one for cars, one for buses and cars,
It's not
and trucks.
It's not just that. Even when I was a little kid, when we were going on vacations and my
Pardon,
parents,
I have a runny nose.
when my parents were driving and I'm in the back seat, I need to be visually stimulated. So like driving on Route 80 out to the Poconos, you see nothing but grass and trees. There's nothing there.
Sit down, buddy.
So like I would need to see stuff. Like the Parkway is a more aesthetically pleasing.
There's, again,
Not
trees,
much, but it's better.
brown guardrails, signs. The beauty is that, again, a lot of tolls you just drive through as long as you have an easy pass. I think the point is that we took 95. For those of you that have ever done the Atlantic Coast Drive, you take 95 pretty much the entire way through to Florida. One thing that we did in terms of planning is to at least get through to past Washington, D.C. So we wanted to get through that in the middle of the night, which is the whole reason why we left late New Jersey
So
time.
we figure it was about 10:45. We left Morristown.
It took me a little longer to get through just again because of the chaos of going to a show in Morristown that was ending around that time, and it was again around St. Patrick's Day. People were out the bars, etc. The point is, it took a while to get out of the area.
We were in North Carolina.
Oh wait, I didn't say specific. Well, I'll let you go ahead. Go ahead.
But we were in North Carolina by like 7:30 in the morning, and we had to take like a short power nap. Got breakfast.
Detour, went to Waffle House. He was stoked.
Oh, that was fantastic.
But the point is, we didn't have to get to Florida that day. We had booked a hotel room in Savannah, Georgia. We kind of just said, you know what, let's try it. Let's see. We messed up. We should have considered, because we didn't, this is the first time we've driven together. I've driven with my family in the past. But there were 3 adults driving, so it didn't feel so bad. With the 2 of us and an infant, you kind of can't just go all the way down. So we didn't realize Savannah's freaking far.
Yeah.
So what we ended up doing is doing the drive to Savannah, and we were deadbeat tired. Got there. The city's a beautiful city. The weather was actually nice. It was sunny.
It was sad.
It was nice.
We parked the car. We checked in. Got up to the room. Unpacked. We ordered dinner. And we're like, all right, let's just relax and like take a nap for like a half hour. Now keep in mind, by time,
and then after that nap, get up, walk around, see the city.
Because it was nice.
Yeah.
So we figure, all right, because again, you figure even though it was March, it was up here, it was like 50 degrees and rainy. Down there, I think it was like 65 to 70.
It was beautiful
So
weather.
we're talking prime weather. So we're like, all right, by the time we got done ordering dinner, I probably got a cheeseburger. That's just what I do. That's who I am. We said, all right, we're done. Let's take a power nap. Let's, be out of here, go out by like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
And the beauty is that Olivia is a good napper. She was a good napper. She would sleep, and she would sleep for a good amount of time. She did not cry unless she really needed to be fed or had to have her diaper changed. She slept. Angel baby. The problem is, again, new parents. We left late at night. He's a late person, so he tolerated a lot of it. I'm a morning person, so I'm usually peppy. I was deadbeat to the world. So what happened? We slept.
We didn't wake up until it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. So there goes Savannah, Georgia.
Epic fail. Pretty much. So we woke up.
At this point, I'm like, fuck this, might as well go back to sleep.
So we went back to bed. I got up, took a shower, tried to kind of organize myself because we only booked one night. And what we had factored is we knew from Savannah it would take probably about 5 hours to get to Orlando. So we planned it out, and we ended up getting up that morning, showering, repacking, getting the baby ready, and we went to grab breakfast, but we wanted to do something local. So we ended up going to literally a hole in the wall.
That was an awesome place.
It was so good. That was the first time I think I had ever had really good grits and sausage and gravy, like sausage gravy and biscuits.
Biscuits and gravy.
To the point where Olivia was at that stage where she could eat food. So we gave her grits. She loved them.
Yeah, she had grits like 2 or 3 times down there that whole week.
While we were on vacation.
And I was like, the food was so good. I was like, like when like, this is going to sound horrible, but you're like, Olivia, come on, like eat. You can have your food. You know what I mean? And I was like internally praying, just leave some for me. So I could finish it because that shit was good.
But
Southern food is good. I like it.
The cool thing about Sonata when we went down there is that the weather was nice. We were able to drive around the city. It wasn't too congested, but we were near the historic area. We learned that there was a scene from Forrest Gump.
Time out. This song, Dr. Love, I'll have to look up. Yo, oh my God, I love this song. When I first discovered this song on XM, no joke, I listened to the song probably like 40 times in a matter of 2 or 3 days.
And then, of course, he starts playing it. I'm like, ooh, what's that song? I like it. I Shazam it. And now I play it. So it's on my playlist. So when I'm driving and it's on my phone and I use the Bluetooth to hear the music, it comes on and he goes, all right. The
main thing that caught me about this song, I don't have a remote for you guys to hear it in the background, is the main beat of the song. This is the first time this is it's called being sampled. This song the beat has never been sampled before.
Like this.
And this is a 38-year-old beat. This beat is from 1982. This main beat.
That's right. That's 38 years.
Yeah.
Oh my God, because we're in 2020.
This basic beat is as old as I am, and the fact that good beat has never been touched, I was like, that drew me in right away. So I'd be going out to bars, looking in like that touch thing for the jukebox. Wasn't there.
It.
So
it's that new when he would go.
So I'd be playing darts. I look it up on YouTube, and I'd be jamming up at the dart line, throwing darts, dancing to my phone.
Okay, so
Squirrel,
on that note,
back to the trip.
That's what I was gonna say. So we got through. We drove around, and while we were looking for the place to eat, someone had told us at the hotel that they had filmed the
Forrest
Gump, him sitting on the park bench talking to all the people that would come up to sit next to him.
They said that was
with
$1
the box of
million
chocolate,
wound.
and he was telling his story.
Government must have kept the money. I never seen $1 of that.
Oh yeah. So the point is, we saw that. We actually drove around and saw the area to kind of see where they filmed it. They have trolleys in the city, really, really pretty, and those trees are just gorgeous.
Horse and buggies.
Really nice. So, again, nice little surprise. We will put that in our to-do list another time and actually make that our destination. So, we get to Orlando. We take Route 4? 4. I think it's Route 4.
Yeah.
It's the one that goes straight through.
You get on highway. It's just a bunch of highway. Then you hit Jacksonville. Driving through Jacksonville was really nice.
It's pretty there.
Jacksonville was really nice.
You can see it on the horizon as you're going over the bridges that are there.
Then you get through that. And the entire thing I was thinking about at that time was, I wonder how Nick Foles is doing down here. Well, we know how that went this season.
However.
And then you get through there, and then you get through Orlando. And if you're just driving through on the main stretch of road, it's hard to tell because everything is tall, tight, and they had construction.
Yeah, so a lot of apartment complexes, there were businesses. We could kind of figure out where the stadium was. But the point is, we got through Jacksonville, and you can see there were a lot of beach points. We got through Jacksonville, and then eventually, I think, in Daytona Beach is where we did the spur off onto Route 4, and then took it through through to Orlando. We saw some of the amusement parks as we were driving by, and I told Sean when I was younger, we kind of sort of did a family trip when I was maybe 11, 12 years old, and being a family of 5, now that we are now a family of 5, this is going to probably resonate. My family drove right past all the amusement parks on the way down.
You got to say family of 7.
Not our current family. When I was growing up, Sean, you don't know where I'm going with the story.
Okay.
So our family of 5 did the drive all the way down. My father and mother, God bless them, they took teenagers and preteens down the whole way, and we drove all the way down past King's Dominion in Virginia, past SeaWorld, past Universal, if Universal was there probably, past Disney.
Was that Mexican...
Coming back. Because, again, it was very expensive to take all of us. So...
What was that Mexican theme park?
What? Oh.
That you see literally 100
it's
signs
south
for?
of the border.
South of the border.
But we'll talk about that in just a sec. So ultimately the plan was we went all the way down there, bypassed everything, came all the way back, and I had never been. when I was in my later 20s, I got to finally go to Disney with my sister and my niece, and it was really, really nice. And I went a couple times after that. He had never been, and he still had never been.
What, Disney?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
So we took Olivia to Disney, which was wonderful. Took a day trip out to Cocoa Beach to see my family. They have a condo out there.
I'm in love with your Cocoa.
For one day. And we've done cruises before that's very close to Port Canaveral. Cocoa Beach is right there. So, really nice. So that was our main trip. We stayed in a timeshare, really, really cool. Less than 5 minutes from the parks.
Yeah. And
really
we hustled back.
Uh-huh.
We did it.
Because he had to work.
I think it was because we got back on a Saturday. I had to be at work on Sunday.
Yeah, so we left on a Friday.
I think we hustled back. We did it in I want to say 22 hours.
Possible.
It was rough.
When he says we, I will give him credit. He did a majority of the drive going down.
I probably did about like 75-80% on the way down.
Mm-hmm. And he wanted to sleep
on the way back. I tried. I couldn't.
I did it.
I probably did maybe like 30-35% on the way back. Like
he did minimal.
On the way back, it was rough.
I did it. And he wanted us to stop in a pit stop or one of those car rest stops. And I'm like, you can't overnight in the dark. And I'm like, no way. Not with your wife and infant baby. No bueno. So I was like, nope, let's keep going. And we made it home. So he can go back to work the next day. He was exhausted. So that was our main trip, I think. And then during the summer, after Olivia turned 1, we found out we were expecting the twins. So,
twinning.
My pregnant butt still wanted to go and have a nice time, even if it was a few days and he was able to get time off from work. So what did we do?
Wildwood.
Jersey Shored it. We Jersey Shored it. We ended up staying. He had never been to Wildwood. We stayed in Wildwood Crest.
Never do it again.
Why?
Mm-mm.
I love Wildwood.
So here's the thing. I grew up going to Seaside because my grandparents only lived 10 minutes from there.
Nice.
All right. Well, Point Pleasant is similar. That's a little bit younger. But Seaside was basically what we did because my grandparents only lived 10 minutes away. So they'd walk the boardwalk. We would just all go. So that's what I was accustomed to. And everyone says that Wildwood is this big, old, crazy magnificence. Okay. It is, but it's completely different. Like
Sean's been on season to Seaside, so it's busy. There's always stuff happening, and he's been as an adult, so he would go to the clubs and do whatever, and he'd walk the boardwalk at night, play all the boardwalk games. He's been to Atlantic City, so he's familiar with what the boardwalk is in Atlantic City. Again, much longer than much longer than Seaside, but still a lot of stuff, really cool stuff on the boardwalk.
Go ahead, keep going.
Okay, so in Wildwood, it's a couple. I think it's 3. It's North Wildwood, Wildwood, and then Wildwood Crest. The boardwalk pretty much takes up some of North Wildwood down to Wildwood Crest. It's a long boardwalk. We went right before Labor Day weekend, so it wasn't the peak time. It was weather-wise on the cooler side. I think we even experienced a little bit of wind and a little bit of rain. It was off-season, almost off-season, so it wasn't very crowded. And the boardwalk was long and it was a little cold. So, again, he's experiencing it not at the peak time. We've done a couple of vacations like that. We've gone somewhere and the weather we go because it was less expensive or we had special occasions that we really wanted to celebrate, but it was not peak time. So they were not fun vacations.
Me summing it up, making it simple just to move past the topic.
Yep.
It felt very like a spring break town. And again, I've never been to Miami Beach or any of these other ones, but there were a lot of resorts, hotels to accommodate all the people coming in.
Yes.
A very long boardwalk.
Yes.
All of that stuff.
The place we stayed was nice.
It was everything in general. Where they say it's no more expensive than Seaside. It's very comparable. No, I thought this was way more expensive than Seaside. We bought Beans a sweatshirt and a little onesie. Mm-hmm. For the two of them, it was like $130. Again, there's no way you're spending that down at Seaside. If
you've ever been on a boardwalk and you've purchased their clothes, sometimes you just buy simple iron-ons. He wanted to bling it out. And they put a blinged out decal on the back, which was more money. So the things that we were doing to customize it were more money.
It shouldn't have been that much. Even if it was like 85, 90, maybe I could have. All right, whatever. At that point, it had already been made up. I wanted her to have kind of like a Jersey Shore memento,
nice.
and we still have it.
So she can have it for a couple seasons.
But it's just like at that point, it's like, what? But all right, whatever.
Lesson learned. Put a period in it. Next topic.
So that's that. So our vacations this year for 2020. At this point, we've already got 2 booked, and a third is being speculated.
2020, so it's like 2020.
2020, yeah.
No, 2020. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Sorry.
Hashtag not our vision.
Hashtag cuckoo.
All right. So we're gonna be going down to Atlantic City next weekend. So that's gonna be about 3 or 4 days just to kind of get away, just because we've been on FMLA. Just want to kind of get out of the house, get away, take advantage of a little something, get out of the area. So we're gonna do that. Mm-hmm. The 2 nights ago, we just booked South Carolina.
Yes, we're going to be going to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina in June. So I've never been to Myrtle Beach.
I was responsible for this vacation.
Since he's responsible, he was coming up with ideas.
Because
I put the plan into motion.
She said this year we're doing 2 vacations. AC doesn't count because that's just like a quick little getaway.
It counts a little bit. But
so she said she knows what she wants to do for the latter one, which isn't planned yet, for her birthday.
Yeah.
So she said that's pretty much set in stone, which we'll get to in a minute. Yep. And she said you're responsible for the other one. So I said, all right, well, it's going to be before that. It's probably going to have to be June, July sometime.
Yep.
So I was thinking something different, a road trip, because when we went down to Orlando last year, we had her RDX and had my TLX. And as much as I wanted to try to take my TLX, because I knew I was going to be doing a lot of the driving, I'm more comfortable in that than her truck. It just wasn't going to be feasible with all the stuff that we had to get for Olivia. So we took that. At this point now, my TLX is gone. So now I have an MDX, which is bigger, more comfortable. I like driving.
He got it right after the twins were born.
She's wanted one for a while. I have no problem with it because it's just like driving the sports car that the TLX is. I'm perfectly fine with it. So we're taking that. So I'm like, a road trip, I can do that. So I'm thinking, state parks popped up when I was doing my search. There's an Acadia State Park in Maine. Interesting. Probably doesn't work right now. Rhode Island. The only thing in Rhode Island is Providence.
Don't insult our viewers that watch from Rhode Island.
The only thing in Providence is Rhode Island. It didn't seem like there was too much stuff to do for us, especially with having the 3 kids. That was out. In Massachusetts, I'd like to go to Boston, but that's more of a me thing. I don't think that one is probably good yet.
I've been to Salem. Again, it's not the right time for summer. For summer, I want to go south. I don't want to go north. I was just doing searches just to try to get different ideas. He's like, ooh, let's go to Canada. Let's go to Montreal or Quebec. And I'm like, we can't because we're waiting.
I knew it wasn't good.
For Connor's social security card to get his passport, so we can't really go to another
I knew Canada wasn't going to happen. The only reason I was going to try to pull Canada, which would have been Montreal, is because last year, late in the year, my uncle got me into F1 racing because of a Netflix show. It's called F1 Drive to Survive. Mm-hmm. So now I'm into the F1, so I'm going to be following it a lot this year. The Canadian Grand Prix is in Montreal, which is in June. So we could have pulled it, but then it's like, well, the racing is going to be too loud for the kids. Christina isn't really going to want to be there because she's going to be focusing on them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go by myself. It doesn't make sense at this point. So that's a bucket list at this point. So Montreal wasn't going to happen. I checked Delaware. I know how Christina feels about the Poconos. I was toying with Virginia.
Because we wanted to be close. We didn't want to have to do too much of a drive. I think the maximum time that he was looking at was possibly no more than
10 hours. 10 hours was probably the max.
Yeah.
Which I think is about where we're at with.
Well, we might be a little longer depending on what time of day we leave. So we'll figure it out and see.
I don't know.
But the point is, we made a destination. We're going to Myrtle Beach.
Oh, it's fantastic.
June. So we were able to. Again,
we're 15 minutes from Myrtle Beach. What is it? Surfside Beach is called?
We're going to be in Surfside, I think, North Carolina, Surfside, South Carolina. So we're excited about that.
So, and we got the last room available in that resort.
Yeah. So
the last room.
So once we have that all situated, we'll be fine. But Sean was alluding to the fact that, again, it's a monumental year. I'll be turning 40 years old. So.
Oh, I wasn't alluding to that. I just said there was a later vacation. That's all I said. So you just told everyone.
They don't care. I look good for 40. Well, I'm not 40 yet. Simmer down. But
she was good for 39 and a half.
The point is, I wanted to do, it's been a while since I've had a really nice destination to go to. I like ocean. I like beach. I like beautiful water to swim in.
So she wanted to go back to?
So I decided that we're going to go to our travel agency and actually...
Turks and Caicos.
Can you let me get to it?
Come on, speed it up. Get to the point.
No. Well, yes, I'm considering going back to Turks and Caicos, but we're going to go probably to a resort there that's child-friendly. The one I usually go to is adults only, so that's out. We want to bring the kids with us. So we have to do a couple of things logistically to make sure that happens. So we'll see. Fingers crossed we're able to book one. If not, we'll figure something out. But it's a monumental year for me, and I wanted to do something nice. So we'll see. Keep posted. So what else? What do you want to talk about in terms of 2019 to 2020?
I'm just thinking about it because you figure it's like it's gonna speed up because if you really think about it, almost like every year or every month there's something to look forward to. Like, now we got their christening and then the trip, and then February.
Yes, in January we are getting our children christened.
And then February, Valentine's Day. That's pretty much light, but that's really it. And then March you have spring is a big thing.
It's a leap year this year.
St. Patrick's Day. We have birthdays. April, nothing really. The weather starts to get nice. June, you're kicking off summer.
Did
June,
you forget May?
Yeah, I did forget that.
May's in there.
Yeah, May. Well, again, April and May are kind of like.
No, May's very busy for me and my family. So.
Oh, birthdays?
Yeah, a lot of birthdays.
And we got a lot of June birthdays too.
Yeah, we have a lot of May birthdays in my family. I have June birthdays. I think that kicks off. No, it doesn't. Brandon, my nephew, he's in February, and there's a trickle a few in March, and yeah. But ultimately, yes, June is the month. We will be celebrating how many years together? 7 years. We've been together almost 7 years. 7-year itch.
Wow. 7's a good number.
It's a lucky number. So this is the year. Every year so far we've had babies. So it'll be nice to have the babies out and actually be able to do stuff and not be like, I can't do things because I'm pregnant, I feel sick, I'm throwing up, I'm nauseous, blah, blah, blah. Now it's just a matter of...
What would Chris Rock say? I hate this shit.
I'm not the most pleasant pregnant person. Sean can attest to that. But I try. I really try. And then the hormones take over and I can't control myself. So no more of that. Check that box 3 times. So ultimately, yes, we are excited for 2020. In terms of, you've mentioned the Formula One. What else did you want to talk about in terms of that kind of stuff? Okay. So again, 2020, we'll see how things go. I'm looking forward again to coming back to YouTube and actually filming more videos, having a little bit more downtime. The kids are all asleep. We'll see how long that goes for. But again, this will probably be posted to Sean's channel as well as possibly my channel because I literally have no time for myself. The fact that we've gotten this moment is really nice. But yes, we are making a comeback. The dynamic duo is back. So again, keep posted for our next video or two. Again, remember to subscribe to his channel, my channel, to keep up as we continue to make videos. Hopefully we'll take some crazy adventure videos if we're lucky. If you keep an eye on what Sean has posted in the past, he's alluded to the fact that he was doing errands for me, or I was in the background a little bit, but now I'm going to be coming more to the forefront and actually coming with topics. So we'll have topics if there's anything you guys want us to talk about.
Juice.
Yeah.
We don't call this juice anymore.
Our daughter is a chatterbox, being almost 19 months. She'll be 19 months tomorrow. She's spoken a lot of words. She's got a lot of personality. There are a lot of things we'll probably talk about in another video about our children. So that way you can hear the little anecdotes that we have about them, because they are a riot, especially our oldest. So we'll see how that goes. But again, thank you so much for watching, and take care.
Stay in tune. You never know when she's gonna pop up.
That's true. We might have her debut. So we'll see.
Dun dun dun.
Take care, everybody. Bye.